In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on June 30th, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. New York Yankees versus Houston Astros. A pair of division leaders from the American League square off on the diamond down in the Lone Star State. The New York Yankees are on the road as they make the trip to play a lone game with the Houston Astros Thursday evening. New York earned a 3-game sweep of the A's at home as they picked up a 5-3 victory Wednesday afternoon in the finale of that set. Houston swept a brief 2-game interleague set from the Mets on the road as they earned a 2-0 victory Wednesday afternoon. These teams split a 4-game series at Yankee Stadium June 23rd to June 26th, so which team gets the upper hand in the season series by prevailing here. New York is 13-3 in their last 16 games against the American League West and 48-14 in their last 62 games overall, while the over is 12-3 in their last 15 series opening games. Houston is 22-7 in their last 29 Thursday games and 35-16 in their last 51 games overall, while the over is 4-0 in their last 4 series opening games. The Yankees and Astros will open up their second and final series of the season on Thursday night after splitting a 4-game set in New York last week. That series had a little bit of everything, as the Astros threw a combined no-hitter in one game and even carried that streak into the 7th inning of the next game, and Aaron Judge continued to dominate with 2 separate walk-off hits in the first and final game of the series. Thursday should be another fascinating matchup between 2 of the American League's top teams. The Yankees finished up a sweep of the Athletics to begin the week and now send Luis Severino to the mound to face the Astros. Severino has returned from a few unfortunate injuries over the past few seasons and has been dominant for New York this season, posting a 3.38 ERA and 3.75 Fahrenheit IP. He's due for even better results, as indicated by his 2.67 xERA and 3.25 xFIP, which would put him in the top 10% of pitchers in terms of xERA. He also falls under that same category for xBA and xWOBA. So he's been great this season for the Yanks. He gave up 3 runs on 5 hits across 6 innings against Houston in his last outing, but he may benefit from a depleted Astros lineup this time around, as they've lost both Michael Brantley and possibly Yordan Alvarez in that short time frame. On the other hand, the Yankees will face Astros starter Luis Garcia, who they didn't face in the last series. Garcia has been great this season as well, with a 3.64 xERA and 2.7 xFIP on the season. However, due to the lack of Brantley and possibly Alvarez in the Houston lineup, Severino should have an easier time navigating through this game than Garcia will have dealing with a healthier New York lineup. Garcia's 5.17 ERA at home is also a concern, as this number is more than double his 2.37 road ERA. So look for these minor differences to give New York the edge in this game. So the New York Yankees money line is our full game side pick. New York entered Wednesday night with the under posting a 40-34-2 mark in their contests this season. The Yankees are tied for first in runs per game this season with 5.04 per contest, though that number increases slightly to an average of 5.21 runs per game on the road. New York's average total this season has been 8.09 runs per game, and their road total average comes in at a slightly higher 8.6 runs per contest. Houston has seen the under hit in 47 of their 74 games on the year, with 3 pushes heading into Wednesday night. The Astros are just 18th in runs per game as they average 4.36 runs per contest this season. That number drops down to 4.13 runs per game at Minute Maid Park in the couple months of the season. Houston's average total on the year is 7.76 runs per contest, a number that drops to only 7.45 runs per game as the home team. Both teams are traveling from New York for this game, as the Astros just finished a series at Citi Field against the Mets, while the Yankees were home against the Athletics. These bullpens have been the 2 best as well this year, as New York is the best with a 2.73 bullpen ERA, while Houston is second with a 2.77 reliever ERA this season. Both teams are not scoring incredibly well looking at the last week, as the Yankees are averaging 4.29 runs per game in their previous 7 games, while the Astros are scoring 4.33 runs per game in their last 6 games. The under is 3-1 in the previous 5 Yankees games, as well as it being 40-19-3 in the Astros' last 62 games. Look for this contest to wind up falling short of the total, with both teams focusing on the weekend. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus Pittsburgh Pirates. The Milwaukee Brewers travel to Pittsburgh on Thursday night for the start of a 4-game weekend set with the Pirates. The Brewers are in the midst of a 6-game road trip and continue to battle the Cardinals for first place in the National League Central. The Pirates, meanwhile, return home after their own 6-game road trip and trail both St. Louis and Milwaukee by a double-digit margin in third place in the National League Central Division. The pitching matchup for Thursday's series opener will be righty Adrian Houser of the Brewers taking on fellow righty JT Brubaker of the Pirates. The Brewers are 4-0 in their last 4 overall and are 4-0 in their last 4 games versus a team with a winning percentage below .400. The Brewers are also 6-1 in their last 7 when their opponent allows 5 runs or more in their previous game. The Pirates are 16-35 in their last 51 games following a win and are 31-69 in their last 100 versus National League Central. The Pirates are also 6-14 in their last 20 games on grass. Although Milwaukee is struggling with injuries both at the plate and on the mound, the Brewers have won 4 out of the last 5 overall, and each of the last 4 played on the road. Milwaukee's pitching staff has a 3.73 ERA, which is 9th the best in baseball, and holds opposing hitters to a .233 batting average, which is 7th best. Pittsburgh has lost each of its last 5 and 17 of the last 22. Pittsburgh starting pitcher JT Brubaker was hit hard last time out by Tampa Bay, allowing 9 hits and 3 runs in 6 innings right. Brubaker has allowed 3 or more earned runs in 3 of the last 5 starts. Earlier this season, Brubaker lost to Milwaukee 5-2 after allowing 4 runs in 5 innings. Milwaukee has defeated Pittsburgh in each of the 6 games the two have played head-to-head this season, so the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. The Pirates are 6-4 to the under in their last 10 home games. In addition, they are 4-1 to the under in their last 5 games. They are 6-3 to the under in Brubaker's last 9 starts. For Milwaukee, they are averaging just 3 runs per game in Houser's last 5 starts. This past April, Milwaukee and Pittsburgh played 6 games head-to-head, and 5 of the 6 finished under in the run total. The total has finished under in 3 of Pittsburgh's last 5. Milwaukee has the 9th best team ERA in baseball, and Pittsburgh is 28th in runs scored with 266 for an average of only 3.59 runs per game. In the 6 games that Pittsburgh played against Milwaukee during April, the Pirates scored an average of only 2.67 runs per game. Expect a fairly tight low-scoring game played in the series opener. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Tampa Bay Rays versus Toronto Blue Jays. The Tampa Bay Rays hope to avoid a 3rd straight loss when returning on the road at Rogers Center for a head-to-head showdown with the Toronto Blue Jays. An ugly interleague run-in with the Milwaukee Brewers should have the Rays determined to get back on the winning track in this American League East clash. The Rays took a 2-1 series win over the Blue Jays when the two teams met back in May at Tropicana Field. Tampa Bay's left-handed pitcher Jeffrey Springs is expected to get the green light to start on the mound opposite of Toronto's Yusei Kikuchi. Corey Kluber has done okay on the road this season, as he is 1-3 with a 3.86 ERA in 7 road starts this season. Yusei Kikuchi has not pitched well, as he has averaged 3 innings per start in June, so Toronto will not be afraid to pull the trigger early and get him out of the game if he is struggling. However, the difference is in these lineups, as there is an extreme difference in power numbers for these teams, as the Rays are 23rd in baseball with 67 team home runs thus far, while the Blue Jays are 5th with 98 homers. Brooks Raley and Ryan Thompson will not be in this series, as they have not received the vaccine in order to travel to Canada. The Rays aren't scaring anyone at the plate. Even with Yusei Kikuchi's up-and-down pitching leading the Blue Jays into battle, they aren't packing enough power to take advantage of this matchup, and even if they do find an offensive spark, the Blue Jays will keep it close enough to overtake them in the later innings. The Rays are struggling, as they are 15-17 on the road this season, while the Jays are 23-14 at home going into their final game against the Red Sox on Wednesday, so the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. Neither pitching staff as a whole has been doing entirely well in the last 7 days, as the Rays are 13th in the sport in that span with a 3.91 team ERA, while the Blue Jays are 25th with a 4.7 staff ERA. Corey Kluber and Yusei Kikuchi are not likely to overwhelm these lineups, and the Rays are without Brooks Raley and Ryan Thompson in the bullpen. Neither team has rallied killing double plays offensively this season, as Tampa is 29th with 38 double plays hit into, while Toronto is tied for 12th in MLB with 54 double plays hit into. The Rays haven't been their usual scary selves when playing on the road this season. Jeffrey Springs has still been good on the mound, but even he's shown some slippage in production when the backdrop isn't Tropicana Field. That will all play into a series-opening salvo from a Blue Jays team hell-bent on a little revenge after dropping their previous series with the Rays on the road. This Blue Jays lineup is as dangerous as it gets when they start rolling offensively. Whether it's right out of the gates or the later innings, the big hits will come sooner or later and ruin the evening for the Rays. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.